according to the Chronicle.
Exactly.
Right. Now, I mean, this is shocking. This is a contractor whose work ought to be inspected. I mean, people will only do what you inspect, not what you expect, right? So his work ought to be inspected by the local authority. So who has been inspecting this work for 2 weeks? For the past 2 weeks? Who has been checking on this?
Exactly. So, look, I got in touch with the MCE for Adenta, Honorable Adumwa, and I spoke with him, and I have his permission to say this. He says he wants to solve the problem before he comes out, and that he only realized this yesterday.
What?
Yes, that's what the MCE told me, that he only realized this yesterday. And I asked him how. He said, well, nobody had brought this to his attention until yesterday when he realized this. And
So he saw it himself.
immediately.
But he didn't see it. For 2 weeks, this was going on.
Oh, that's
and
possible.
it didn't come to his attention
That's
until
possible.
2 weeks,
yesterday.
yes. So when he got to that, and he went there, saw it, and immediately called the contractor, that's Jakora, and said, why have you not collected these rubbish, or borla, if we could put it that way? And the contractor, according to the MCE, told him that, well, their truck broke down and so they didn't come. And he said, but that is not an excuse.
In fact, it's not our problem.
And that the previous contractor lost his contract because of this same excuses for not collecting the waste. And so if that person lost his contract and you were brought in and you're doing same, if you do not change immediately, you would also suffer similar fate. And so, according to the MC, and this is what I'm going to be throwing out to all of you within that Adenta SSNIT flats and the areas, according to the MCE, they have started collecting them.
The issue is the fact that all the people within that chain, all the people who are in line, didn't see this issue. They couldn't identify the problem. They had to take the MCE himself to discover that this was the problem. I think that's the challenge.
Well,
who are the people that he's been working with in the assembly?
In fact, the issue of interest to me is that, I mean, how did the MCE get to know about it? Was he just driving by and accidentally saw it and then decided to take action? Or did somebody come and report it to him after 2 weeks of the problem?
Well, I think it was reported to him.
Okay.
And then he went there to see it himself.
So somebody came to report it to him. So for 2 weeks, while the problem existed, nobody could solve it. Right? So the problem continued for, let's say, if it's exactly 2 weeks, 14 days. The problem persisted for 13 days. None of the people who we pay salaries to could solve this problem until the MCE was brought in on the 13th day. He then went there to see it and has made one phone call, after which 24 hours later, which I also think is a little too late, 24 hours later, they are now there collecting the rubbish that they left for 2 weeks. Do you see how many problems this is exposing in the way we run things in this country? Because this is not the only place. Okay, other places in this country have this constant failure of service providers to come and collect the refuse.
They actually have departments in the assemblies. They've got directors, they've got chief this, that.
There is somebody at the assembly.
There are people in the chain, like somebody should know. There are health inspectors. There are so many other people.
There are several people in the assembly whose only job, the only reason why they get a salary, is that they are supposed to be monitoring things like this.
You have a waste management department in the assembly. You have the environmental health directorate also at the assembly. And they're all expected to do these things. And so you're right. You asked the question, how come nobody saw it until the MCE was informed?
Yeah.
And we also would then have to question the operations of the assembly.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't spoken to the MCE. And after that, some of my friends, and I've lived around, at the Adenta flats before. Some of the guys I know there, I called them, and what they are telling me is, yes, they confirmed that the fact that this is what is happening, and they add this, that if the contractors come to you to collect their monies, and you refuse to pay, because sometimes you think they delay, they actually take you to court.
Oh,
is it? They report you to the assembly, and the assembly will process you for court.
Really?
I am telling you.
Okay, it hasn't happened to me because I took an independent decision that I wasn't going to use the waste management company, because I don't understand why I have to pay you monthly and sometimes you come only twice in 2 months. It doesn't make sense.
So look, I know there are other experiences out there. We would love to hear from you, or if you are at Adenta SSNIT Flats, we'd love to hear, what the latest is with this refuse and what you think of your MCE's response to this issue. Okay, call us 0302 216 541, or you can try 055 1111 997. These contractors who by law our local authorities are to supervise, to clear our rubbish on a regular basis, can leave refuse to pile up for 2 weeks in an apartment complex, SSNIT Flats at Adenta. All the flats, their refuse has piled up for 2 weeks by the roadside in the car parks, just left there. And the MCE only heard about it yesterday. For 2 weeks, this problem has persisted. Nobody at the local authority has been able to solve it until the MCE heard about it yesterday. So really, earlier I was asking the question about what would be enough for someone to get sacked? What sort of level of negligence and incompetence should warrant sacking? If your MCE has to find out about a problem you can't solve for 13 days before he himself comes to solve it, then why must we pay you next month? Samuel is in Kaswa. Hi, Samuel. Good morning.
Hello, my brother. Good morning.
Thanks for calling, my brother.
How you doing?
Not bad at all, Samuel.
For 200 years, this is my first time I'm able to connect to you.
That's amazing. Welcome to the family.
Anyway, I'm experiencing this same problem, and my own is even worse. You know, the refuse collecting company, their vehicles park 3 houses after me.
Right.
They pick the vehicles, will pass us, go around, come and park the vehicles there every day. And it will take them a whole month to collect refuse from our end once.
Wow. How often
Yet,
are they supposed to do it?
At the beginning of the month, they will come knocking, 50 Ghana cedis. And when you get these Aboboya guys to come pick the refuse, oh, boss, why are you stopping the business with us? I said, no, why you don't come? Just this morning, my wife was quarreling with them because they have not come for the refuse. So I had to come out and talk to them. Now they promised they were going to come, but I know I'm 100% sure they wouldn't do that. It's just a way to get their money. The district assembly is just across the street. They come round to collect property rates, yet they see the borlas around the houses, and they don't do nothing about it.
Which area again?
Kaswa Galleria Market, and the Gasau is under the Gasau District Municipal Assembly, which is just a street across.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Samuel. That's an important situation there for us to bring to the attention of the Gasau local authorities. Let's talk to Ni in Asylum Down. Hi, Ni.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, bro.
How are you?
Not bad at all.
Okay,
Glad to hear from you.
Let me add my voice to this. This one, I want this message to go to the president. And this eyesore is just very close to his home. When you start from Nima police station to busy internet, you see all these little kids with their parents begging by the street. They are not there at 6:30 a.m. When they come from 7 a.m., they later, excuse my language, they pull there, they leave the pool there, and we are supposed to pay. When you look at the petrol levy, or this sanitation levy, we have to pay for AMA to go and clean that. Petrol is going up. If we sit down and just think a little and we analyze a few things, we will be able to solve our problems.
Wow.
So back to the Adenta issue. It is the problem. The problem is with the waste management companies. They don't do the job, and it's true. There's everyone are saying don't do the job. And even when they have to do the job, look, you see, okay, I'll give an example. You see a KK seller. Then you come with this big truck to pick rubbish. Then you squeeze all the water right in front of the KK or the water seller. Then you leave and you go. Nobody, no authority sees and corrects that. We are living in this country. Our problems here, they are very, very small. Very, 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 very small. We only have to think to solve them.
Thank you so much for sharing, Nee. Let's go to Adenta SSNIT flats where the problem, that started this conversation is happening. Nana is there. Nana, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Kojo.
Thanks for calling us, Nana. What's the current situation?
I think that collected.
Hello, Nana. I think you may have to reposition yourself. We're getting some interference. Yeah.
Let me mute my system.
This is a bit better now, I think.
2 weeks is another statement. I can tell you the month of October, the whole month of October, he didn't pick the refuse.
Oh, wow.
And personally, I had to arrange for these tricycle guys to come and pick. And when they come, I paid 200 Ghana cedis for them to pick it up. When you go to that Sunday, the initial complaint was that the dumping site was full. Recently, the recent thing, if you are safe and look at the company itself, I think the company doesn't have the capacity to undertake the job. Because they pick a few refuse and the vehicle is broken down. They are walking around, you could see the vehicle broken down. They have to fix it now. The next time they start, it get broken down again. So for 2 weeks, it's an understatement. For the month of October, the whole month of October, I personally have to arrange a tricycle to pick and clear all the refuse. As I speak to you now, my kids have been in the house from Monday to Friday, treating various. I'm involved. Yesterday, I had to go and buy drugs. The whole family is in the house because the refuse is there behind my window. And we are treating all manner of infections from some of these things.
Oh, dear.
So I think either the assembly sit up and then look for a contractor who has the capacity to undertake the job, or the company itself might come out and tell us what is going on and then let's find a solution to it. It's really bad, really bad. When you pass through the flats, it's horrible. And I've scavengers, I have these guys who go to the refuse collecting containers to pick things. The animals, dogs, goats comes in and it's an eyesore. It's an eyesore. I think that's for this morning.
So thank you so much, Nana, for that update. Wow, the whole month of October. Hey, all right. Kwesi is in Adenta. Hi, Kwesi. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good to hear from you.
Yeah, good to hear from you guys too. The program is really nice. I'm saying the problem in Adenta with this refuse collectors is not now. It's not now.
It's an old problem.
It's been long since this thing has been going on.
Wow.
They can waste like a whole month, don't even come. You see, the next time they come by, when it's time to make payment, they don't play with the money at all. It's very bad. It's like everybody's doing what they like. There's no seriousness. And that is very, very bad.
So the MC says that he only got to know about the problem yesterday and he's solving it. What do you say to that?
Well, which means he didn't even know about it, but he's doing a good job, I'll say. He's doing a good job, and we thank him for that. But we pray that this wouldn't happen again, because for now, maybe we can solve it, but in a few months later, the same thing repeats itself. It's not something that hasn't happened before. It happens all the time, you see. So they have to be very serious about it.
Okay, but because he says that the company is collecting them now. Is that the case? You are there.
Right now, I'm not in Adenta. I'm at Kaswa right now. I've been in Kaswa for like a week.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. I've been in Kaswa for like a week.
Thank you so much, Kwesi. Thanks for that. Let's talk to Ajiman Joseph in Tema. Hey, my brother. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank God it's Friday.
Hey, indeed. Thank God.
I hope you're doing well.
God is in control.
I'm in Tema, but we are having problems of
this company is coming to take our dustbins away.
Right.
As Winston said, for 2 weeks, it will be over 4. And you see this kind of insect in the borla. So you are suffering. But my point is, if you don't subscribe to these companies with their trucks to convey the refuse away, and you say you are going in for Aboya, who supervises Aboya and who makes sure that these Aboya riders will go and dump the refuse at the appropriate site? You see why I'm happy they abandon them on our motorways, because most of the time they go and just throw the garbage on the motorway and, return. It's becoming a big problem. And my question is, Ghana, are you not having this kind of recycling thing ongoing? When you go to some certain companies like mining sectors, they have about 5 different kinds of dustbins. So solid, you put it here. Plastic, you put it here. Glass, you put it here. And I think if you do that, recycling will go into places, because plastic are killing us. There's a company in Ghana, Tema here. In front of the company, the data has looking and it's chilled. But when you see plastic containers, especially these soft drink containers, it overflows and it is around. But this gutter, is it the company who should control the gutter, or is it PMA who should control the gutter? So it's a problem.
Thank you, Joseph, for that. You can call us too, 0302 216 541 or 055 1111 997. Ben is our next caller. Ben, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Koji. How are you?
Not bad at all. Oh yeah, it's our very own Ben from Adenta.
Exactly. That is me. I live in both Adenta and Tema. So sometimes I call from Tema, sometimes from Adenta. But today, I'm in Adenta.
Right.
As Mama said, for me, I won't even waste my time waiting for whatever arrangement that the assembly has with those trucks. I give my refuse to the Aboboya guys. They are very strict. You're always in the morning knocking on your door. And I disagree totally with the last caller who was suggesting that the Aboboya people should be cleared. This campaign against the Aboboya guys is unwarranted. It is unwise. And I don't know why the big companies who are inefficient, they take your money, who didn't deliver the service in the first place, would be behind some of these things, some of these decisions that are being made, lobbying politicians, like the towing things and all of that. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. If you take the Aboboya guys out, imagine the kind of stench that they're going to be living in. They are really helping. What do? You think outside the box. You're supposed to then say that if these guys are not educated, you organize training workshops for them. That is what any civilized, sensible economy will do. Not just clearing them out. If you take them out of the motorway, I agree, because it's dangerous. Can't you find alternative routes for them? Won't you educate them? Won't you monitor their activities to ensure that they are well educated to go and dump the refuse at the appropriate zone parks or wherever that is provided for them? But the lazy approach of let's just kill it, let's just get them up and see what will happen. In the time past, Accra used to smell so much. But these guys have come in to help, and they are really helping. So I don't support anybody whatsoever who thinks that once somebody is not educated, you're on a tricycle or on a motorbike, then it means that we should clear you out. I think it is not wise for us to think along these lines.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ben. Thanks a lot for calling. All right, then, let's go to Ada. And is the name Daite?
Yeah, Daite.
Daite, that's a great name. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, what's on your mind?
Yeah, please, I don't actually want to pursue with what is happening at Adenta because I'm not interested. Ghana as a whole is a call for concern when it comes to sanitation. I just want our community radios, the government, to do what is best to help us as Ghanaians, because as Ghanaians, we have this attitude. We don't know how to manage our waste. All the streets in Ghana, the rubbers, the plastic, we just throw wherever we think we can throw whatever we have that we can't use. So I'm just begging the public out there, and for a better means to come that they can put in place so that these things can be managed. Everywhere in Ghana, you go, you see plastic bags, plastic bottles. Somebody's driving in a car, he will just miss and throw. So it's not just all about the waste, but we should have an attitude of knowing how to manage the little things we have used at home. It will help us. It's not just what is happening at Adenta. I want to understand that. Sorry, I don't speak English well. I'm a French-speaking person.
That's
but what
okay. We are
I've observed
following.
in the beautiful country of Ghana is so disturbing. But let's just manage. Teach the people how to throw the plastic bags we have, the bottles, everything. Everywhere in Ghana. I'm sorry to say, but that is my observation. It's a beautiful country. Everything in Ghana is beautiful.
Yeah.
But the way we manage our waste, it's not welcoming. It's not good for strangers to come and see. So something should be done about that. The people should be educated. Men we everywhere. Women we everywhere. To me, it's not proper. I think we can teach each other so that we can change this attitude and make Ghana a better place, like Accra. Accra, the cleanest. I saw something like that. It will help the country and Africa.
Thank you so much, Daite. You know what? This is something I would like us to come back to and play back one day and have a conversation about it. You know, this is a gentleman who has seen how things are done elsewhere. He's looking at what we do in Ghana and is disgusted by it. Why aren't we? Why aren't we disgusted by it? You throw a piece of plastic onto the ground, it'll take over 500 years to degrade. So the thing you've thrown there is refuse and rubbish for over 500 years. That's the implication of it. We don't seem to get it. All right, Sarah is in Adenta. Hi, Sarah. Good morning.
Good morning, Kuju.
Thanks for calling.
My name is Sarah. I live at Adenta. Just to add my voice to what the earlier callers have said,
sure.
The Adenta refuse problem didn't start today. So the MC saying that he got to know of it just yesterday can't be true. My block, we have approached the assembly to discuss with them that we wanted to contract the private people to be clearing our refuse.
Yeah.
They didn't support the idea. They promised us that Jacora's truck were broken down and they had fixed them. They will start work immediately till today. I have actually sent some chats, WhatsApp chats, on our group page, on my blog page, to your WhatsApp number.
Right.
You can read it. Way back on September 10th, we were having discussions on contracting a private person. It is bad. It's terrible. It's an eyesore. It's bad. And I'm hearing that he says that Jacora has started clearing. I'm in the house now. I'm calling you from Adenta. No truck is collecting refuse around here today.
Wow.
Yes.
Sarah, I want you to stay on the line, okay? My producer would like to speak to you a little bit more and get some more detail about what you're bringing to our attention. Thank you so much for calling. Please just stay on the line a little bit longer and speak to my producer. Winston, you see?
Yes, and so that's how come, and that's why we threw it to the residents of Adenta. It's important for them to tell us, because currently, I mean, while we're making arrangements together, we're not there, and MCE says, oh, we're clearing it. So it was important to find out whether that was being done. But you see, waste in itself is a resource today.
Yeah.
And so I'm surprised that we are unable to take advantage of it. And once we have zoned our, assemblies and have assigned contractors to each zone, and the idea is to ensure that these contractors work. Now, for those who particularly live in flats, the challenge is everyone is generating waste, and you know when the waste is expected to be collected, and so you bring it down, dump it in a group bin, more or less, and if it doesn't get picked or collected, what happens is that the stench alone. And so for these persons who live in these areas, I mean, it's not like living in an estate where, you live in what we call in Ghana self-compound. Detached or semi-detached buildings. And then you can actually say, okay, so I'm generating waste, I can keep it, okay, and make sure that until the next collection date, I'm keeping it and I'm managing my waste. For them, a lot of people, and even the waste bins, and I've lived at Adenta flats before, the waste bins are not even enough. Are not enough for the, flats or the court. And so this is something that we should be dealing with. The assembly has an important role to play in all of this. I mean, and that is why the assembly actually zoned the districts and went ahead and assigned contractors. The assembly should be ensuring that these contractors do the right thing. The waste management department has a major role to play. We cannot go to sleep, wake up, and pretend nothing is wrong.
So how does it work? Who has the power to sack people? Is it the MCE, or is it the Minister for Local Government, or who is it who at this time listening to us should immediately be picking up the phone to ask whose job was it to supervise these people? Who is it who has left it for the whole month of October, according to one of the residents, who has left refuse on the streets for the whole month of October? Who is on the phone right now finding out which salaried official allowed this to happen? Who is on the phone? I want to know, because someone needs, I mean, if this one doesn't result in sacking, then what are we doing? What are we doing? This is the only way to ensure that people sit up and do their jobs, whether it's ensuring that the contractor does his job, whether it's ensuring that the officials who are supposed to supervise them do their job. This is how, by showing that there's a consequence, because at the moment there's no consequence. The MCE turned up yesterday. He made a phone call. 24 hours later, he says they are clearing it. Residents say they are not. So obviously, in spite of what has happened, nobody has learned any lessons. Even the phone call from the MCE hasn't guaranteed action. The only way to make this happen is to fire someone or some people, because clearly it is neglect of duty that has resulted in this. Okay, let's not. Yeah, let's leave it here. We've got another important conversation. This one is life and death. The carnage on our roads is untenable. It needs to stop. We'll get into it shortly.
Wow, what a beautiful and awesome day. It's time to share some secrets on how I feel good in a home where I have everything. Hold on, Linda, are you there?
Yes.
It's a Samsung Christmas Awesome Deals promotion. Break it down.
Grab the new Samsung single door fridge at an interesting discount, 1,499 Ghana cedis.
Samsung UHD 4K Smart, 50 inches at 3,999 Ghana cedis. Oh, this December is gonna be cold like winter. With a new price of Samsung Split AC R410 starting at 1,999.
Wow. Sound Tower starts at 1,999 Ghana cedis.
Grab your powerful Samsung washing machine, 6 kg, starting at 999.
This and many more at affordable price.
Oh, tell your family and loved ones. Samsung Christmas Awesome Deals. Grab yours now.
Say donut, 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 donut. Hey, donut, 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 donut. Donut, donut. Then come cut up donut. Donut, donut. Malaria syrup donut. Everybody follow not sa malaria. A 3D till donut now. Oh, malaria too. Oh, popo. What do you need? I want you. Lonat scatter malaria. Lonat it scatter malaria.
A quality product from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenshishemu hu se malaria wa wumojam ansana wanum Lonat. Na nam yensearch na malaria no daso wo ho a ko hu dokota.
This advert is FDA approved.
Charlie, this festive season, I feel good because I choose riveting non-stop sports action.
tucks it away. It's 2-2.
And they choose local drama where get plot twist.
You are not only late for your mother's memorial, but you also brought someone along who's not a member of this family.
And they choose hip twisting world-class music. And they choose romantic shows where they be.
How can you and every other man forget the love of your life just like that? So easy, so quickly.
For kiddies, and they choose cartoon shows where laughter and quality.
We've got a serious case of the wedgies.
Charlie, make you choose over 80 channels full of joyful entertainment. Make you to choose joy these holidays. Make you choose DSTV for 169 Ghana cedis per AB Standard, the HD decoder, diskette, and 1 month DSTV access package all day long. DSTV, it's your moment.
Allianz, insurance since 1890. At Allianz Life Ghana, we have a wide range of life insurance packages to suit all pockets, from individuals, groups, associations, and businesses. We cover your employees, your funerals, pensions, children's education, and your future. Call us on 0302-267-892 or visit our website www.allianz-gh.com for more inquiries. Allianz Life, we secure your future.
It's time to meet again in historic landscapes. Turkish Airlines Flyfest has begun. Have a safe journey to Europe with Turkish Airlines. Book your ticket now and enjoy flying with special fares until December 15th. Terms and conditions apply. For more information, please visit turkishairlines.com. Turkish Airlines.
Welcome to the original magazine show, The Super Morning Show.
Safe driving saves lives. Drive safe.
Back. It's the Super Morning Show on Joy. Just before we go into our Drive Safe campaign, text messages on the Super Morning Show. And thanks for all the texts you've been sending through, by the way. Text messages are brought to you by the Glycocritical Illness Plan, GSIP. It's in your best interest to survive. And Fabri Metal, your partner in steel.
So at Glycolife, they believe this is the time to protect your future with their life insurance policies. Their products are designed to offer you peace of mind, especially in this COVID-19 era. So to their policyholders, they say your claims are very important to them, and they advise you to visit their offices or the Glycolife website, which is glycolife.com, to lodge your claims for prompt service. We're surviving COVID-19 together, Glyco says. So please pay your premium via your chosen mode of payment, or by Momo on 059-144-1473, or by e-premium for microinsurance to safeguard your policies. You can also call their call center team on 0202-222-113 for assistance, or contact them via their digital channels. They're observing all the COVID-19 protocols. Please practice social distancing, keep safe, and trust Glycolife to cushion you for life.
And Fab 500 steel rods are manufactured locally by Fabri Metal Ghana Limited using international quality standards. As winners of the 2021 Steel Manufacturing Company of the Year and Excellence in Corporate Social Responsibility, we pride ourselves as the industry leader in steel, providing the local market with import substitutes at affordable prices. Call Fabri Metal on 0552 698192 or 0249896103 and locate us at Tripoli on the Accra on the Tema Aplau Road. Fabri Metal, your partner in steel.
Now it's another season of the National Science and Maths Quiz. 135 schools keenly compete for one trophy. Kumasi will host the brightest minds in science and maths from the 26th of October. Charlie, we need to do a road trip and go and check out the final. All right, so catch all the contests on TV, radio, and online. The 2021 National Science and Maths Quiz is produced by Primetime Limited and sponsored by the Ghana Education Service in partnership with ABSA Ghana and supported by Joy News, Goyle, Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, Airtel Tigo, Dano Milk, Academic City University College, Kenya Airways, Adansi Travels, Accra College of Medicine, GTP, and YFM. The broadcast of the National Science and Maths Quiz on Joy News is supported by Cowbell, our milk, high in protein and vitamins, Papa's Pizza, taste it, love it, Ace Medical Insurance, the new face of health financing, Tampico, simply irresistible, and Dole Yogurt. More, I need more.
Don't mention Ogasco when you're doing an SMQ.
I haven't mentioned Ogasco. You have mentioned Ogasco. Okay, thank you for recognizing the best college in tertiary, secondary education. All right, then. So, listen, we have this all-important conversation. We've got a few minutes to do it because it's very important. We can't leave it out. 26 people have died in the past week. In one part of the country, by the way, to road accidents. And one of them happened on a very notorious stretch of road, that road from Kumasi towards Techiman, right? And again, we find ourselves in this situation, talking about simple things like taking your eye off the road and losing concentration, leading to the deaths of women and children in dozens. What exactly are we doing wrong? Now, I want us to take this from all facets. So today, for the next few minutes, we will take it from the facet of engineering. Is there an engineering solution to problems like this? Engineer Mahama joins us. Engineer Mahama Abdullahi, of course, is a friend of the show. He's a civil engineer. He's a road and building consultant, and he's on the line right now. Engineer Mahama, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Thanks for joining us. As always, it's a pleasure.
My pleasure as well.
So let's talk about this particular stretch of road and this area in general. Is there something about the roads there that just make them more dangerous?
Good morning to your listeners. What I've seen on some of these roads, I am I'm always on the Accra Kumasi Highway for the past 13 years, and aside the engineering, few things that auto patches, and then the fact that we have not actually dualized all the carriageway from Accra to Kumasi to Tamale and to Paka. One of the things that I've seen is that we don't have a lot of road markings.
Right.
The road marking is actually disappearing almost any other time when they finish marking them. So we have to now begin to ask the question that if Joy FM Company Limited brings a quotation and a track record of doing a line marking that is say 5 per meter length, that can stay for 10 years, and another company brings a line marking quotation of the same 1 meter, that is maybe 2 cedi 50 pesos, that will stay for just a year and a half. We have to now to consider, not always considering going for the cheapest, but the one that will last longer. I am being emphatic because when you are driving in the evening, in particular, even without the street light, the most communicator to the motorist, the driver, is the line marking. Once your headlight is okay and you can throw a light which will give about maybe a distance about 50 meters or 30 meters ahead of you, you would know that the lines are meandering. And so automatically, you might lift your leg off the paddle. But if you are driving on a road where there's no line marking, and let me just revert to Accra, let's say from Malam Junction towards Kaswa, especially from Malam to Weja, you can do a poll and ask how many people are suffering in the evenings with about 3-4 lanes. You'll be in the second lane, you don't know whether you're actually in the line. Before you move to the tail lane, somebody's putting one at your back. And the panic and fear, you get home, your pressure is already high. And that problem, I've seen the Weja Malam Kaswa one being done over the years. So you can't expect to do one particular thing and expect a different result. You go to the Ebri girls, you use the Pantamanfi Road. Of course, I was part of those constructions. And for 15 years, when I enter into a town, you see the line markings as white as they are. I think they were done just about a week ago.
Yeah.
So I cannot just understand why we give contracts to subcontractors to do the road markings. And then within a year, the road markings vanish. Secondly, the other communicator to everybody is the information signs you see along the road.
Right.
I happened to travel to Takrady over the weekend, and I counted over 60 speed humps. Out of the 60 speed humps, which already were not actually built the way I thought it could have been built, they were so high, the impact was so high, you feel the impact when you go across the speed marking, but they were missing the information that you needed to know that you are approaching a speed hump.
Yeah.
Thirdly, there are no delineators or reflectors which are actually attached to the speed hump. Even during the day, you might miss one or two of the speed humps. How much more in the night? Because when you're on the highway, before you approach a speed hump, one of the best speed humps we have in Ghana is around the American Embassy. Anybody can go around there and see. The ramp is so low, it will function. It will give it its function. And you not feel the impact like when you even miss it.
Yeah.
Now, if you are driving on the highway, and you are driving about 80 kilometers per hour, the first thing that you have to see is the embossment of the red speed ramp. That indicates that you are about 50 meters to the actual location of the speed ramp.
That's right.
And so that when you see the first red one, the next one, which is the blue one, indicate that you are actually at the spot. And out of the 60 plus that I counted, over 50% were missing. That is an Accra, Elubu, Abidjan highway. We cannot expect that the drivers would see everything by just being a first-time user. But with all the engineering aspects, let's come to one of the policies which is missing. The road safety act, right?
Yeah.
They have stated to all of us. In fact, the last time I had an interview with you about 4 or 5 months ago when the accident was actually running its ugly head again, they told us that all the coastal and VVIP, the VIP buses, were going to have an installation of speed limiters.
Yes.
That will not go beyond 80 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
The vehicles are designed so that even with an 80 kilometers per hour, the impact will not cause so much fatalities like over 120 kilometers per hour. And I want to say to you today, I drive on the road every single day for the past 7 years because of what I'm doing. And fortunately or unfortunately, let me just give you the fortunate aspect. I'm driving a 4x4, Hilux, and a Land Cruiser. When I'm doing 100 kilometers per hour, just even do a test run, the VIPs and the VVIPs, the 2M Express and the OA Express, they are the new saloon car, the urban.
Yeah.
Who as if they have been made to just fly with the speed of light. They overtake 100 kilometers per hour Land Cruiser as if you are standing, you are stationary. So if the policy is not implemented, we need to have another helicopter at the other ministry. I'm telling you, because it's just a policy that has to be ensured that all the terminals, the VIP, the VVIP, the STC, the OA Transport, the 2M Express, look at the name, Express. And so they are expressing themselves on the way. But if all this is not done, I'm sorry, the individual cannot change overnight. But the policy will bring to a significant reduction of the accident if from now to December, the Ministry of Transportation ensures that no coastal bus or no bus will go on the highway without the speed limiters. How difficult is this one? How difficult is this policy?
You know what?
It's doable. Because if I know that my bus will not be allowed to use on the road, obviously I would go and request for the speed limiter to ensure that I can now go within 80 kilometers per hour and I will not be getting trapped the impact of those accidents, whether the vehicles are stationary or not. The other thing we spoke about the last time was that we need to ensure that government brings in flats us with most of the towing trucks. We know the spot on the way. And we've been speaking about this in, see, next year you will call me, I will repeat the same thing. If government does not introduce multiplicity of, towing trucks on our ways, we know all the black spots in the country because of the records of accidents we have. And we don't have, it takes, the last time there was an accident on the bypass, it took over 4 hours. the whole Duakait was blocked on the Accra Kumasi road. It took over 4 hours for a towing truck to be brought almost 8 p.m. to like 12 a.m. Are we serious?
Engineer Mahama, I'm so glad we called you. So many important points they raised by him. Clearly, there is a need for us to ensure that the street furniture and the signage and the markings are all in place. These things are designed to save lives.
Yeah, because if you look at the Akomadan incidents, we're told there was a police checkpoint.
Yeah.
And this driver was speeding. At least if he had seen a certain sign that there was something ahead of him, he probably could have slowed down.
Yeah. Or if he had been able to see the markings on the road, he wouldn't have veered out of his lane into the opposite lane. And then, of course, there's the issue of the promises that were made by authorities. These speed limiters, where are they?
Have you met those buses on the Kumasi,
Why
the
are
Kumasi
they
road?
able to overtake?
They drive like they are small cars. I mean, I think the thinking is, I'm going to overtake you. They're thinking, even before they meet you. They think they're going to overtake you before
This
they
thing
meet
will
you.
just keep killing us if we don't check it. Thank you so much, Engineer Mahama, civil engineer, road and building consultant, for sharing your thoughts with us. There's more after these.
Safe driving saves lives. Drive safe.
Wow, this is amazing. Look, the TV, the kitchen, it's exquisite. But wait, Hire? I thought they left Ghana.
Hire come back to Ghana. Ederick Wellpool, they stock them. Quality products, perfect for shine woman like you.
Wow, I didn't know they were back.
Well, now that you know, if you dey pay my 10%, you forfeit as small for the higher info.
Oh, Soroko, agents,
Yes, Haya is back. Contact Ada Ghana Limited in Accra, Kumasi, Takrady, and Tamale, or call 0302 778 1264